everyone. I am Pastor Peggy from Slave Lake Wesleyan Church.
And I'm Pastor Diane from Norfolk Wesleyan Church. Welcome to Find Out Friday.
Yay! Find Out Friday. One of my favorite days of the week.
Why is it your favorite day of the week?
Because we find something out.
Oh, what are we going to find out today?
Well, today we're actually sort of going to, in a little way, revisit something from the past, bring it into the present, and then something that can help you out in the future.
So are we going to be visited by the ghost of COVID past or quarantine past?
Quarantine past.
Quarantine past.
Quarantine past. So a few weeks ago on Trivia Tuesday, we actually had Reverend Richard Starks on. And he was talking about how to save money and budgeting and things like that.
He was saying that the fact that there's sort of a run on things like flour and yeast, it means people are cooking at home.
Yeah.
I was amazed today. I was into the grocery store, into Walmart, and I always look for this, but I never find it down here. Is a big bag of flour. Now, back home, I would generally buy a big bag of flour, so that's 10 kilograms. That would be 22 and a half pounds. 22 and a half? 22 pounds. Anyway, more than 20 pounds. And they never have big bags of flour. You can actually get bigger bags of sugar than you can of flour, usually. Even in stores like BJ's, they just don't have. But I was in there today, and they had a 25-pound bag of flour.
Really?
Yep.
So more people are cooking at home.
More people are cooking at home. There's that demand for more, the basic cooking ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
So, kudos, people.
Kudos.
Yeah.
And what's happening is, well, I have noticed, and I thought it was just us, but you're having this problem as well with buying seeds.
Yes.
Some basic seeds are gone. Like I can't get any turnip or rutabaga. I can't get any carrot seeds right now.
Wow.
So those, I couldn't get any onion seed as well, or even seed potato.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's 4 things that I look for. So I bought other things. I bought arugula and lettuce and spinach. I've never tried those before, but figured why not? But I think a lot of people followed Pastor Richard's advice.
Well, he is a pretty wise guy.
He is a wise guy, very wise. Anyway, so what we're going to do today, for the last couple of years, we have been planting a garden here at the church. But this year, we actually moved the garden to the Slave Lake Community Gardens. They have a community garden built, and I haven't done it in the past, but this year I thought, you know what? I don't like going out and trying to till the soil and things like that, and it's all down the ground. These are beautiful raised beds.
Oh, nice.
You have a beautiful little spot. So we're going to head over to the community garden here, and I'm going to plant. I already have some things in, but I have, for the first time ever, we have some rhubarb out back, and we had an extra plant pop up this year. So I've dug it up and I'm going to plant it over there. I've never done that before. Let's see what happens. I mean, if it grows, it grows. If it doesn't, it doesn't, right? And we're going to pop in some potatoes. So let's head over to the garden for a few minutes.
Cool.
Hi, everyone. I am here at the Slave Lake Community Garden. And these are all plots that we can get as individuals or as organizations. And this is our plot for Slave Lake Wesleyan Church. So we can bring some kids over or some adults or whatever and teach them how to either garden or how to harvest. It's really kind of cool. So today we've talked about it a little bit, before. I'm going to put on a pair of gloves here. But we've talked about it before that, you know, planting your own vegetables and things is a great way for mental health, but it's also a great way to be able to provide and provide for your families. So I've got some potatoes. I'm going to plant some potatoes today. And I also have a rhubarb plant that I have dug up out of a garden. So I'm going to try that. I've never tried this before, but we'll see what happens. So I'm going to dig a hole right here, nice big hole for my rhubarb. I read some things on it this morning and it said to plant it as deep as it was dug up. So that's what I'm going to try to do here. But the soil is so good here. So let's try this. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's okay. You give it a try and see. There we go. Okay, little rhubarb. And rhubarb you can use for all kinds of fun things like jams or pies or whatever. And now I'm going to plant a few potatoes. So you may remember a few weeks ago we were at a goat farm and the person gave us some potatoes. Well, the potatoes can be actually seed potatoes. So I'm going to plant 5 potatoes. So I'm going to dig a nice big hole and all I got to do is drop it in just like that. I could cut the potato in half if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. And then I would get 2 potatoes. Do want to dig up my rhubarb that I just planted. Now, if I had a bigger plot, I might put these a little bit further away. But I don't, so I won't. And one last one right here in the middle, right next to the rhubarb plant. It's going to be a bit crowded, but that's okay. What I have planted so far, I have some squash, butternut squash here, some cauliflower here, and I think I have one little tiny sprout coming up right there. And then I have some arugula and some lettuce and some garlic chives and some spinach. I've never planted spinach before, so that will be fun. And I bought a few plants. These are tomato lemon boy tomatoes. I've never had those before, so let's give them a try and see. And then I have some sweet peas right here. They haven't started to grow yet. And they're all along right here, so they'll come out and then come over. So what we're going to be doing here is just letting these plants grow, coming over from time to time and weeding them, making sure that they're watered, and it will provide a little bit of escape from being locked in the house for so long, and it's something refreshing about digging in the dirt. So this should be interesting. I'll keep you posted through the summer as our garden grows.
Wow, that must have been great to get out in the fresh air.
You know, I was over on Friday and planted the cauliflower and the spinach and the tomatoes and stuff like that. And the weather was coming in. We were going to have some rain and stuff like that. So I was so surprised how refreshed I felt just by going out and digging in some dirt. But it helps our mental health, gets us out in the sunlight, in the fresh air, and you're doing something productive, like you're watching something, you're nurturing something, you're watching something grow. And I remember last year we were container growing here at the church, and we put some tomatoes in a container, little cherry tomatoes, so the kids could come over and pick them off and that. And as the children would come and they would watch the different stages, and they would see a flower, and I'd say, you know what? Let's keep watching this flower, because they wanted to pick the flower off, right? I said, let's watch this flower and watch it turn into a tomato. And they were like, no way. And I'm like, yes way, it will. And it was so much fun to watch the excitement of potatoes growing out of the ground or strawberries ripening. But anyway, yeah, it's so much fun, and that is going to benefit me now. Like I'm using what Richard said way back, and planting the seeds now. It is affecting my mental health. It's affecting my perception on things, and it will help me in a few months when I go to harvest. And I'm actually running out after we're done here. I'm going to be running out and getting a couple of trays of flowers to plant in our pots here at the church. So
nice.
That'll be nice too.
Yeah. So from Pastor Richard, planting the seeds, and the idea of all that home cooking. I live alone, so I don't necessarily want to cook, because then I'm eating the same thing for days on end. And I only have a small little freezer on top of my fridge, so can't put everything in there that I'd like to. But since it's been a lockdown situation, I've found that I am actually cooking more. The donair meat that we made a few weeks ago, I've made that since, and when I was out getting groceries, I bought some more ground beef because I'm gonna make some more donair meat.
I've made a few of those chocolate cakes too, so I've made them several times, so I may make them again. I'm not sure. I might make them today. Who knows?
And I know that what day was it? Monday. I thought we had made soup a week ago or so, and I had the cauliflower and the broccoli and stuff that I just don't normally eat. So I still had it, and it's like, what am I going to do with that? Oh, I'll make another soup. So I made another big thing of soup. Stuff that I wouldn't have done necessarily before. So, this idea of quarantine, it's been difficult, but I think it has been an opportunity to learn new recipes and to plan out grocery shopping and things like that.
We actually had takeout on Monday night because we were really busy and it's my day off and I didn't want to cook and things like that. So we had takeout, but for the most part, we've been staying at home and less processed foods because we have more time to prepare. Because even though the soup is nice and easy, there's a lot of chopping and prepping and things like that. But we have done a lot more wholesome foods, and but I'm looking forward to next Tuesday because Melody is going to be joining us again to show us how to make bean brownies
with a cocoa bean.
I think it's black beans.
Yeah, really?
I know. Yeah, but apparently they're really good. So we'll try it and see. This is the great thing about this time.
Sure.
Let's try something new. From Slave Lake, Alberta, I am Pastor Peggy Yetman.
And from Norfolk, New York, I'm Pastor Diane. We'll see you next week. Yay for Tasty Tuesday. Until then, be safe.
Be healthy. And be the church.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.